Or the 3.
Where am I?
I don't know. Who do you favor?
I like what Brame has for their draft, but I feel like there's a lot of little pieces that have to fit together, and I always feel like whenever we say they're on a timer, it's never a good sign. So I do favor the secret draft, but you know what? I'm on the Brame train. Let's go. Make it happen, boys.
Well, we did say there's so many different tiebreaker scenarios at play here, but for this series, you only need to keep in mind one thing. This is one best of...
And he can actually threaten the Leshrac in every single one of these team fights with, like, especially if you actually start getting a bit of right-click damage. 9 is 100% the person I'm going to be watching all game long.
Okay, we're going to be watching that mid lane, and we're going to watch a fun game of Dota 2 together with our commentary team, Moxie and Fog.
All right, well, we've got a lot of eyes over on that mid lane, but a lot of people pretty excited about this Nightstalker pickup.
Yeah, big fan of the hero. I don't think we get to see it too much in Europe at all. I know China does love this hero on certain specific players, but looks great in this game. You're playing versus Tidehunter. You can't crack and shell off of that silence because it's going to be constantly applied to you because it's from the Nightstalker. Same thing for the Void. You just are constantly silenced, super annoying. Abaddon usually needs to get pretty close range to get these shields off. Silence, again, it's a great hero to just lead the charge and definitely be that, what I think Brian was trying to say, looking at the dangler, right? The guy that's just like, he starts the fight, he baits them a little bit to come in, but also looking at Tundra, very ulti-reliant lineup is what I'm looking at. So I feel like the pace that Team Nigma can set, especially with like less Jug, they can just start taking towers very quick if you do start slipping up with 1 or 2 of those ults.
It does feel like they have a very nice balanced draft coming out from the side here of Nigma. The fact that, you know, you've got someone who's going to be able to put pressure down on those buildings. You've got the ganking duo of GH and Mind Control together. I always like when you can see 2 people just very clearly.
Geez.
They almost booped noses there. My goodness.
They kind of did. Oh my, that was
right on the cusp there.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at this pad. Look at how sneaky they're being.
9.
This is insane. 9's very close to his tower, though. That's a tough one to get. They're playing.
Yeah, but they're waiting. They're hoping that 9's gonna.
He's gonna step. He's gonna step back. They're waiting at the wings.
Come hit there, my child.
Oh, is he gonna get caught here? It looks like
he is. That's gonna be the jump. The brambles, everything getting used on 9, and Mind Control is gonna be off to a really nice start.
And they immediately start with the chat wheel. So you can tell Team Nigma, they're ready for some fun again today. As we saw the other day, super aggressive. That was the key thing that we did see them with a very similar kind of style of supports in particular. I think they actually did have the exact same too. Looking at Tundra though, they are countering a bit of this Willow for sure with the way they've set up their draft. Tidehunter, Crack and Shell able to remove Fatal Bonds. Abaddon Shield able to remove his buddies. Fatal Bonded tough stuff. So we did see how much the Warlock was a problem the other day, how much damage it was able to amplify. So Tundra has put themselves in a position to counter that a bit.
This mid matchup here, from what I understand, it should be, you know, going more towards the side of 9, but of course it is Miracle.
It is.
Who is playing this Leshrac, so...
Up to those lane mechanics. I think this is a pretty, it's very, very slightly Lina favored matchup, but I think Lesh can free farm in the same exact kind of...
LTW.
Oh my goodness, he drops it very low. We'll get a courier for it though, because they don't pay attention while they are going aggressive. As happened a lot, as Tata.
Okay, he's going to be the first victim here, as they do put some pressure here on Skiter.
Very strong lane. GH drops very low himself too. Do they have any salve? Mind Control used it on himself, so GH is going to stay quite low to up here. But it doesn't matter, because he's playing versus Void Abaddon. Very passive lane, as the panel mentioned.
Fatal Bond's pretty annoying down here in the bottom lane, something that we were saying to watch out for.
Yeah, early on, this lane is quite strong versus the Tidehunter. That's where you do see snaking. We've seen this more, at least especially recently, because the Snapfire is used to just default. You get the little shredder, but here versus Jug, you have Tide. You want to be able to get him away from that spin in case of anything, and you can even get some aggressive playstyle too with the cookie too. So I do like the people are switching up the build a little bit here. I've seen China actually skipping little shredder a lot of the times too. They actually just get your cookie and your scatter blast sometimes, but in Europe, I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same, just cookie and little shredder.
It's got some very good value to it, but it was always nice whenever you can see some dynamic.
Dropping low.
33 is dropping very, very low. In fact, he pops a Fairy Fire, and it's just not enough. Those Fatal Bonds. Too good.
Yep. Got the Bastia ready, the Dream for Kuroki. Exactly what you want to have happen for your Warlock this early on, especially with the Jug. They did have to burn a bit of regen there, but great aggressive plays again coming out.
No.
Snaking, he's gonna be happy. This is a very happy Snapfire. 3 full creeps. He's level 3 now. Tidehunter is only level 2, so Snapfire is going to be a bit over-leveled in this lane, which could also work out pretty decently because level 1 Little Shredder, not that strong. Level 2, very strong, especially when you have a Gush behind.
Lots of negative armor coming out in this bottom lane, but you have to play very, very carefully here. Another spin over here.
But look at the damage.
ILTW needs to be careful. Cookie hop forward. They'll get the stun. Can they finish him off? Do they have the damage? Indeed, they do. Snaking gonna get himself a kill.
Getting that early level 3 was quite important for him to turn it onto the Jug. Don't think that they gave the respect to that Little Shredder.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Did the neutrals just kill his courier? They did.
Okay.
Courier's dying all over the place.
I'm seeing a lot of that recently.
Yeah.
Something's up with the couriers, man. They're just tired of this life.
Bottom, this is a struggle lane for both sides. Jug 7 last hits, Tide 6. We said Snapfire kind of taking over the core. Is that a... I think that's a medallion coming out already on Snaking.
Oh my god.
3 minutes in, there's going to be a medallion on this Jug, plus all these Little Shredders and Gush. Now, this minus armor is going to be very effective.
That's very, very scary.
That's
when
so
you consider
early.
how much they've already got going on with just their abilities, and now you add a medallion into it.
Yeah. And immediately they're hitting again. LTW. Just trying to push 33 out of the lane, making sure he can get no farm. Kuro.
Kuro has to be careful. They're applying some of that Little Shredder damage like we talked about.
No mana for Cookie, though. 10 short. I think they had a mango on the Tide. Maybe they could have gone for it, but they chose not to.
They're just, muscling away here. GH trying to get a little bit of this experience. 9 making his way over. Should be able to go and...
He killed it. Didn't show the attack animation, the projectile in midair, but he did kill the water rune. That looked a little bit weird.
That is really weird. I didn't realize that it would show.
I usually feel like I do see it. I've never seen it not
I've never seen it not show.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, top lane, though. A little bit of pressure being placed here on mind control.
He's making him just run away from the creep wave. Skiter ends up missing, I think, 2 creeps there for that. Still farming just fine up here, but he should as the Void. The thing is that you're giving a free lane to a hero like Night Stalker who can be a bit more greedy. So we are going to have that nighttime being coming out soon, and then they're going to really put the pressure onto Skiter up here.
Middle lane, trying to
the
trade
battle.
off. 9, oh, Miracle's got too much damage.
Oh, and he was winning the matchup pretty well, too, on this Lina. It does just get ran down.
Raindrops.
Miracle. Yeah, raindrops. He's used a lot of charges here. And the build, interesting. Doesn't go for 2 points in lightning. Sometimes you see that to be able to match out the aggression of Alina, but he just goes for the kill, and it ends up working. Might even find himself a second one here, Fada.
He's chasing down Fata. Brambles, no.
He's got him.
He's got shield. He's got plenty of damage. Fata just going to, be a little bit of space created, I guess.
He's trying to get some information, maybe watching for some like stacks or something like that. As bottom, we're seeing this is just the battle lane. I mean, both teams just duking it out. But the Tidehunter is hitting a threshold of being pretty much unkillable, especially with that medallion behind. Snaking's gonna heal up, but phenomenal start down here for the Snapfire. Look at the Jug's farm, 13 last hits. He's so far behind.
I feel like this is the story of Snaking since joining Tundra. Not necessarily always because, he's getting these kills in lane or whatnot, but he's just been allowed to play, like, much greedier than a lot of fours.
Yeah,
He finds the farm.
Yeah, especially, I mean, a lot of the times we did see him doing, like, some jungle stuff with his Nigma
is, like,
he tried
so
the
good.
Venomancer, but yeah, he's doing really well. Especially when those type of things happen, you just get given that medallion. He's moving mid.
A lot of people making their way to this mid lane now. Brambles connecting, but they've got the support. So the haste rune does get picked up over here by Miracle.
That's a big rune when you've gone for the skill build as well. 3 points in Edict. Has level 6 already finished up. He could run down pretty much anybody here.
Bottom lane, another spin over on 33. He's absolutely fine. I'm waiting to see what we see happen here on this mid lane, though. It definitely feels like they want to apply the pressure, although they have rotated the other supports back up top.
Snaking kind of has to just sit behind for a second here. I think 9 has to be very careful with this positioning because of that haste. As top,
Silence,
Nighttime's out.
Curse Crown. Okay, yeah, they do have the Photic Shield. Executor, but that pressure we talked about, it's already started.
Kicking up, the catapult is there too, so it's going to start hitting on the tower. Kuroki's going to rotate. They're just going to leave the Jug bottom since he shouldn't die. He should just be able to farm down here now at this point. And just really trying to use this catapult at its maximum. It will die here, but it did get 500-ish damage. Not great, not terrible.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Snaking.
Maybe I should be able to just run away here. Let's have the boots.
Maybe
Middle
gave away
lane,
at the
though.
start.
Miracle trying to dance around in circles. Looks like he's going to be able to get the... Oh, no, the Photic Shield coming out. So Miracle is forced to just run out of this area on the bottom lane. More spins coming out from ILTW. He's just trying to bully 33 a little bit more here.
both just poking at each other constantly. Miracle is playing so aggressive lately. We saw the Tiny from the other day, this time on the Lesh. He's not going for just like farming whatsoever. He's just going for battle. Max Edict built, as we said, it's going to be this very early push timing that Team Nigma is setting up for, but it does look like Tundra, they're going to get these early levels in particular, like snaking. If they give him that 6, which I think, I actually would like them to see, give him a little bit more level so he can fight with the Chrono, because then he can set up these defenses around towers really easy. Chrono plus kisses, or Ravage plus kisses, they will have a couple different ways to actually protect from the inevitable push that will come from this Jug Lesh. Gotta watch out for the swoop, though. That's always the power of that Night Stalker coming in from the backlines once he does has Dark Ascension online too.
That is true, because already we're seeing some of this pinstring movement coming out. They're sweeping through the jungle. Do have a nice ward over there on the eye spot.
Yeah.
So they can keep tabs on who's hanging out on the side.
Snaking hits 5. Looks like Skiter's actually smoking to make a move onto mid. They want Miracle. Looks like it's going to be GH who shows for now. I don't think they want to settle for that one. They want a bigger kill with this Chronosphere. If Skiter's going to go hunting, they need a big core kill.
Yeah, they're backing off. They're just going to farm up the jungle for now, and they're going to be patient. They are starting to migrate, though, down to this bottom half of the map for the side of Nigma, and DPC has to be a bit careful. There is Skiter nearby. He does have the Chrono. Don't have those kisses online just yet.
He's safer because he's got that high effective armor since he is just, you know, carries the agi hero. So he's okay if it's just the Chronosphere that's on top of him. He just has to watch out if there were the kisses, but kisses not available. They're just going to pressure tower with the movement.
Yet. They're getting close, though.
They are close. And top, we see the same rotation. Nigma brings down towers 10 times faster, though.
Yeah.
Edict alone pushes faster than the whole enemy lineup of Tundra. Kisses, of course, the little shredder helps a bit, but still got to take them time to take this bottom tower.
This is not necessarily the fastest pushing lineup.
No.
Coming out from Tundra, but they're putting the pressure down.
Especially not if the Lena's there. And Lena is looking to show herself in mid. GH is taking that XP, and here comes that wraparound, that sandwich. They saw her.
Yeah, Brambles shooting into place. They've got the silence. LSA, though, does buy a bit more time. The Curse Crown does come out, and they're just going to try to chase down. Nigma pull up here from Skiter. Does manage to get the Chronosphere off, and they don't quite have the Snapfire just yet, but they'll take down Miracle. They're looking for more. The Fatal Bonds have been applied. Mind Control will fall. Could get forward here from Skiter's LTW. He was hunting. He just can't seem to get his hands on them. 33, walking over to the high ground. Looks like he's just going to try to focus down these stacks instead.
They were very ready for that move coming in. Very ready for the wraparound. Skiter instantly does TP. And they do also get the Fada TP first to get that shield off. Very nicely done to protect 9. Stuff so far. Very even, slow game.
It's a great Chronosphere, but now, of course, you know...
It's down. It's time to go.
Yeah, it is.
Time to push mid again.
Exactly. They still have the Ravage, and they have picked up the Snapfire kisses now. So.
I think they have to run 33 over. He doesn't have TP, so he has to move very quick as this tower, it's going to get brought down super fast. Do have Glyph. So 33 should make it in time.
He's got to walk on in, though, and look at this already. Nigma respecting it, backing off.
They're going to Glyph
Fortify the Carity, though.
Yep. Going 4 heroes, but this is the move that they need to do to stop that kind of push here. And now they can start a push of their own with that tide there. And they did use the Dark Ascension before, so nighttime is not available, so it's tougher for Mind Control to show up and look for these fights.
33 will happily take all of these hits off. They have to be careful, though, because they do have the Fatal Pawns applied to them.
They have lots of different ways to remove it, though. Shields, plus the Kraken eventually when it procs, yeah. Fada always at the ready, does remove out that second one. And Nigma, they respond versus this tower push themselves, too, with also heavy team fight availability with Kuroki sitting back with Infernal. But they're stalling. Mind Control just farming jungle, because we said, you know, daytime, using that downtime.
I will say that Tundra is being very good about not blowing all of their ultimates at once.
Yes.
Obviously, they have a great wombo combo, but, you know, it's usually just, you know, Chronosphere, plus we did see the Laguna Blade, but everyone else holding onto those other spells so that way they can use it as a deterrent, because you know that Nigma, especially Miracle, is going to be just running at your buildings.
Yeah, both cores looks like they're going to get their Yules at the same time, the Lena and the Lesh. It feels like we have like pretty much mirror movements coming out from both sides so far.
Indeed.
LTW is going for fighting build. He's got the Yasha into the Diffusal queued up. Seeing more Diffusal, of course, as we always mention in China, but do see its purpose in this one versus some low mana heroes. Tidehunter, Abaddon, Void. Could be effective. We've seen it more and more.
All right, Night Stalker and Dark Willow on the hunt, looking to find any stragglers here in the jungle, maybe wrap around, get a quick pick up. They do have to be careful because they are going to be walking into several heroes here.
Yeah, 9 has the Yulso, so he's got a way to protect himself versus this aggression.
See the stack. He's going to make a play over here on Snake King. First crown right on it. This is going to be a dead Snapfire.
He almost got, you saw, he wounded up the cookie, but up the silence. The crippling fear did catch on to him right at the edge, so stops that animation.
They take the stack too.
That's a big one. Yeah, GH even going to just ult for it.
Pretty happy with that here.
Great usage of the Dark Ascension. Nighttime in about 2 minutes as well, too, after that does end. And he's getting close to his vessel. Gonna be quite early.
A lot of posturing, though, around this middle tower. Feels like Tundra really want to put the pressure down, try to take advantage
Dire's
of...
bottom tower is under attack.
Spending a lot of time here. That you can see that Nigma is winning in the efficiency so far because Mind Control is just farming so much more during this downtime, and they did, of course, steal that stack away. These supports, we see a level 8 on the Willow, level 6 on Kuroki. Kuroki's got all he needs.
Playing this really well, too.
push.
He's got the Chronosphere if they want to try to do any sort of initiation. They have lots of ways that they can do this. They have to watch out. Miracle appearing over here on the side. They drop the rock, and they have those fatal bombs down, but the follow-up with the terror is trying to get them out. They're both stunned up. The Snapfire is coming, but Knight's already dead. Followed up with the Ravage. 33 will fall, but they have the Chronosphere. They held on to it long enough. They'll take down Miracle. They'll take down Mind Control. They're chasing after GH now. Looks like Skiter should be able to find that kill now. ILTW, he's going to try to spin, but they have this physical damage. He's got to be careful. Might be able to go and just burn down Snake and Cookie just a little bit too early here. As Skiter is going to take a lot of this, but he time walks away, has his eyes now on Kuroki, and he's just going to wail away on him and put pressure down on the tower.
And they come out ahead on it just a little bit here. It's like the exact same thing from both sides coming out there. They kill the Lesh, they also kill the Lina, the Abaddon lives, but they do end up getting that finalized kill onto the Warlock. So I do feel like Tundra is happy, but they did not finish off the tower.
No. And now they blew a bunch of those ultimates. They only have the Laguna Blade now available.
And Nigma's gonna go right back. It's almost nighttime.
They are. 33 is tanking a lot of this damage. Time walk away here from Skiter. Snake King. The Yules comes out here from Miracle. It's gonna get just stunned immediately. Skiter, though, chasing in and almost enough damage to take down Snake King, but not quite. Miracle, he's in trouble. The cookie hop forward. Skiter, he just needs to fight it, but he's still going to fall. As ILTW again, spin into one, should be able to take down 33 here if he wants to go and commit on it. The silence, though, coming out. Mind Control joining right back in. Laguna over on the back lines, taking out GH as Snake King's getting chased down by Mind Control.
Both teams just
They're going right
out
back
of
in.
mid lane.
Yeah,
I love this.
They're continuing. This is starting to look like some of my problems here. Immediately spin over onto 9. They'll be able to keep him healthy. They'll turn right back around. They get off one of these dashes.
It's just constant
Jump
battle.
forward again here from Skiter, trying to put out more damage over onto Kuro.
Control again using the Ascension. We do have nighttime though, so he is a lot stronger throughout these next few moments. Will they be able to get the tower this time is the question. It's the battle of the mid.
It is.
Miracle does get brought down again. What does he do? Because he does use the aggressive Yule, so he gets time dilated up.
Fata.
Can they keep holding this tower?
Nice positioning. He's just trying to get one of these stuns off.
Another glyph for the Cardi. It's literally mid-wars.
It is.
How long has this been here? It's been like 6 minutes of both teams just TPing 5 heroes, running. Look at this again.
Yeah,
all 5
same
heroes
thing.
to mid lane from one side, all 5 heroes from the other side.
We've been here so long that they're starting to get their abilities back off the cooldown here. And Skiter is rooted into place, gets a bash up over onto Mind Control. Does have to be careful. He's got the Cursed Crown and the Brambles, but he is just going to time walk it off as they start to make a play over on Miracle. Not quite. ILTW again, the spin, another bash.
Can't even tell who's coming out more ahead on this because it's literally the exact same thing from both sides. Like, okay, Omni's coming back up, but so is Chronosphere, so is Ravage.
So is Ravage,
so is Chaotic Offering, so is absolutely everything. Back to the mid lane battle. We will have Void take a little bit of time off, go collect some bounties, but then back to the mid lane to
Dear
play.
Diary, it is day 4 of sieging the middle towers, and, you know, morale is still high with the troops.
Miracle's like, enough for this. I'm going top. Getting a wave or two for myself for now.
I think that's the play here at this point. There's the double from the side of Tundra. They're looking for the engagement. The silence, though, coming out immediately over onto this Abaddon. It's forced away, but they already used the Willow Bedlam.
Gonna spin the wave to clear it out. They're gonna glyph the wave so that he can't. It does clip him.
Right at the very end, but the Terrorize coming out. It's beautiful here. Fall from GH. They'll go, they'll drop the Chronosphere. And they've got these kisses. Can they do enough damage? It's looking pretty gosh darn good over here on Mind Control. The bash comes out. Yes, Mind Control will fall. They already took out ILTW.
Hunter's ults. little bit more successful here. Yeah, definitely tipping skiter. I think caught absolutely everybody. That Ravage also was sick. Timed perfectly for when the Blade Fury ends. That was very nice by 33. As they will get that mid tower, so Battle of the Mid Tower will finally end. It looked like he almost did it just a second too early, but this man is
right
perfect.
up because he just perfect.
Skiter also, that little sidestep was actually so clutch. He actually backpedaled, dodged the Terrorize so that he jumps in and gets the successful chrono off. And nice healing ward micro, but not gonna keep my control alive.
It was a good try for sure. Very nicely played here.
And they're gonna get the tower deny in the mid lane, so Tundra, they've won the mid ward for sure. I love it.
What a game.
12 to 12, 18 minutes. Wouldn't ask for a better dead even game as Fata found again. Got his own way to protect himself as soon as he drops low.
Yeah, immediately. Our
he does
time
get
comes
caught
out.
this time.
He is not going to be able to survive this time.
Oh, whose item was that? Whose neutral item was that? Was that the shield that popped it? Don't tell me that. I think it was. It was. Okay. You got it. Okay. I was like, oh god.
Fox is very upset about
I was like,
this,
oh god,
guys.
did the neutral get stolen? Look at him, he runs for it. I was so scared for a second. The courier. Oh, nicely done.
Nicely done.
Almost lost himself a neutral. As Nigma, they are still looking to fight a little bit more frequently here. Since they do know that Chrono, Ravage, Snapfire Kisses are down. It's still nighttime for
That's
my
quite
control.
the mouthful of all the abilities now. All the R buttons are,
Ulti.
except for, you know, the Laguna Blade.
Yes.
Still have that up and running, but the smoke is over here on Nigma. They're looking to just come through the area, see what they can find. They threw up some nice vision deep in there.
It's interesting because it's an interesting dynamic because they're reliant on cooldowns, but not as reliant because they have Night Stalker, who he can just rely on just flying into the back lines and just breaking up the fight so much. But also they do have to rely sometimes when it's not nighttime and he has Dark Ascension cooldown. So it's a lot of cooldown back and forth here between this game that makes it really fun. And Fata constantly just runs into them here, which is actually really good for him. He's scouting, forcing spells on himself, getting his team into good positions to get those ults. This is a very even back and forth game so far for these first 20.
Look how immediately they turn around. The cookie hop forward here. Do you have the Curse Crown over on Fata? Stunned. We'll just back off.
Skiter is definitely the big winner out of all this, though. 406 so far, yet to die. ILTW does have the 2 deaths. He's been slowed down. We'll almost have the Fusel Blade finished up, but that does mean that it feels like Nigma is going to be more on a timer of just constantly looking for fights, while Void's going to scale better. 9? He gets caught.
Didn't realize that everybody was in the vicinity. There's just a lot of burst damage. Does have the Yule's going to try to buy just a tiny bit more time, but again, GH will find the kill.
It's a lot of gold. Wow. 405. 20 minutes in.
We've had quite the fights back and forth. I mean, most of it was taking place here in the mid lane, but...
It was.
Yeah, look at that heat map. Woo! That's for Snapfire alone.
Snaking's been everywhere.
And he had a really nice start.
Did?
You know? Gotta make use of that. Got the Holy Locket online for our Warlock here.
They're so farmed because it's just been constant 5v5 fights.
Yeah.
So the Warlock is benefit. Heat map was team versus team. Error
team.
on the label. I was gonna say, I was like, damn, Snaking's literally playing the whole map somehow. That's impressive.
Those NA Dota boys, man, they're so good.
All right, any important shards? Since we have it 20 minutes, Warlock's got it queued up. A couple people do have it
Jug
queued up.
has it queued up, I saw
Jug as well.
earlier.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's just those two, it looks
grocery
like.
list, it looks like.
Yeah.
And it's still very neck and neck. That's a 1K
even.
net worth lead. Again, partially because of the fact that everyone's been huddling together in that mid lane, but BKB queued up now for the Lina. Working on that.
They need that BKB, especially because Mind Control, as we see, he's going to rush toward Blink Dagger, so less about protecting his front line and more about getting to the enemy back line. While UC33, he's got Pipe, so he wants to protect that front line. Don't let them actually cross through to get into the back. It's kind of that one is actually an opposite dynamic, but besides that, team fights are pretty much the same. As
He is the wall.
He is the wall.
You have to break through, and if you break through the wall, there's a bubble there to contain you, you know? No breaking quarantine, guys.
Nope.
Very important.
And he's tanky. 33 he also finds Vambrace. So on top of just Pipe, he is very tanky. This is mostly magic damage still on the side of Team Nigma, besides that Jug. Himself the high ground for now.
He has the shard flying out to him right now, I assume?
I think so, yeah.
There it is.
So I feel like for them, it's time to pick up the pace a little bit, but you do have to watch out how you do run into all these ultis. But with that diffusal build, that's usually what that does tell you as these Jugs just fight a little bit more frequently, since we do have that more farm-esque build on Void, Maelstrom, Mask of Madness. They're actually making their way into the pit. We've got the Solar Crest, we've got the Kiss, or the little Shredder. I almost say Kisses every time, because I feel like that's,
It's so cute.
it's just so common. No, it's just usually Shredder non-stop. It's just
No, it is. It is.
always there. This is a big pickup. They're not
Yeah,
gonna
they
make it in
scan
time.
for it, but they're not going to get there. And you have to watch out. They have so many. Look at this. They have the vision on GH too as he makes his way over. But it's too late. We have the Aegis online here for Skiter.
He gushed early. That reveals the ward. GH knew he was in tree line there, so he pings it instantly.
They're all hiding in the woods here. Skiter. Gonna jump forward. He's GH. Here comes out. Terrorize gets dropped. They already threw kisses, like you said. And Fato perhaps just a little bit too far forward here, but the rest of the team is caught behind. So, drop the Fatal Bonds. We're just gonna focus up on the tower. I'll use the Fortify.
Radiant
By a couple more seconds.
are fortified.
The BKB is now completed as well here for this Faceless Void. So like you said, it's so much magic damage right now that Nigma has. Refusal, just, you know, slow down, Skiter. But over in the mid lane, they find Miracle.
Big grab. We weren't ready for that one.
They're still playing around ILTW. They know he's here. 33 was thinking about it. He's playing around it. They go for Chronosphere. They find the Burlock, like you said. And they're just going to follow up with the Ravage. Keep them all stunned into place. The Cookie hop forward. And that is a dead ILTW.
Skiter is on fire this game. Just literal perfect Chronos every single time. That is insane. He actually is patient enough to catch the Warlock inside of it too as night.
He's got a...
It's daytime.
He's got a Yules too.
Nobody fears the
hunting.
Daystalker.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, day man.
GH also getting brought down during this. Mind Control will be able to TP out.
Yeah, no other way to cancel out, but I'm not so sure about... Yeah.
Nope.
GH will fall. I mean, we talked about having a high-octane draft coming out from the side of Nigma, but Tundra is just playing their draft so well.
Skeeter's also just killing it. That core-to-core matchup, him versus the Jug. ILTW making quite a few mistakes, overplaying his hand with these spins. Skiter is just on point every single time. Level 17 already at this point in the game, and enabled nicely with that snaking behind him with the Solar Crest every single time. This is a very clean game so far from Tundra, just battling it out.
Tundra's hungry, man.
They are. And their lineup scales very hard. As we mentioned, you know, Jug's gone for more of a fighting build, and it's not really working out for them so far.
They just haven't found the engagements, you know. We saw that they have a Night Stalker. We figured, okay, this is going to start putting that pressure down early. You've got Miracle with all this magic damage, but a couple of these engagements have really just kind of gone sideways for the side of Nigma, and now you're running into the issue of, you know, they have BKBs. They have things to counter all of this early magic damage.
And 33's gotten a very interesting item on the Tidehunter. How do you prevent being silenced up from a Night Stalker? Build yourself a Yules to just either Yules him and disengage, or you Yules, you wait for yourself. Usually you Yules the enemy Night
He hops
Stalker.
forward. There's going to step into place. LTW gets the spin off, but they get a couple of the bastions too. Oh my goodness, he's almost able to. Oh, right on the back line. So they'll drop Miracle, trying to burst out this damage, but they have the BKB over here on Skiter. They're chasing after Snaking. They want him, but they're not quite able to get as they jump forward. Can they take down Miracle? Skiter's just chasing him down. Yules will come into play here. 9 popping his own BKB. They'll be able to get that kill. Snaking does fall. The run is on here after ILTW. They want this kill. They want this Jug. Can they get their hands on him?
They got him.
They've got their Yules, the LSA, the Laguna Blade, and is dead. They were chasing after 33 something fierce too, and he's still alive here. Do eventually manage to nuke him down, but 9 is hunting. Would like to punish him for this damage here, but they don't have the vision. He is going to be able to just teleport on out.
And also, the other thing I didn't point out is the Yules versus the Omni Slash. He's able to dodge out a lot of that damage very nicely. And ILTW, he almost dies at the start of the fight. He actually gets holy locketed from his Warlock. That's actually what pumped him up with that big heal there at the start. And Nigma, again, unable to take a very successful team fight. Now there's going to be a Chronosphere as well available for Tundra. Again and again, just out-fighting Team Nigma. And getting these catches, ILTW in a very precarious position to start it off too in the river. This is like the death spot, we like to call it, where you're just, you don't have good vision onto that high ground. Look how low he gets. And then bam, gets holy locketed up. And Skiter, just BKB already at this point. He's able to just stick onto Miracle quite easily at this point in the game.
Yeah, he knows that that's a major damage dealer, like we said.
It's really good fights from Tundra, just reading the movements perfectly, always setting up, always being aggressive. And as we said, they've got their ults available here. They see ILTW, can't go on, get on top of him, but they'll push him away.
Room at all anymore,
no. Skiter just runs in and steals his Ancients instantly. And he's just hitting these crazy item timings. Almost has Scotty finished up also on Skiter.
Oh god, the Elven Tunic here for Skiter.
Oh, baby.
Just drops all the items over there too, you know? Book of Flames. Anyone? Any takers? Yeah.
Take 33. Get over
There
here.
you go.
Here you go.
Dyer's
Give me your fan brace.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just littering, leaving their slippers of agility on the floor.
Are fortified.
Very effective use of gold so far for Tundra. 808 on Skiter, as we said, the standout so far for this game. 9 also BKB, so they just got 2 different ways to protect themselves when they do get jumped from this Night Stalker in the back. And the game is feeling really hard for Team Nigma now at this point.
Yeah, they've made dynamic item choices. Again, not something you typically see on a Tidehunter. You don't see that Yules, but he's doing it. We've got a Chrysalis over here on Lena.
I like it.
Dishing out the damage.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Quiver found over on the side of Radiant here. I thought that was going over on the side of Tundra, and I was like, oh, perfect.
That would be nice.
No.
They do find themselves a sliver on the side of Tundra, though. Another really good pickup this game. That base damage, that status resist, everything here for the Void. Just going to amp him up on top of this. I don't know if they're going to kill Skiter, honestly, this game. He is going to have 3,000 HP plus way more effective HP when he's solared and he has a sliver. So he is going to be quite impossible to be being brought down, especially with a Void. All right, Abaddon at his side, too.
He's got to just... If they want to kill Skiter, he's got to A, be alone, B, not have his Chronosphere, and then C, they got to dump everything on him, and that is not the position that you want to be in.
No, they got to get the fear into the stun, into just a full follow-up. But yeah, there's so much backup from Tundra, and it's a very all-in item choice, as we said. I feel like this is do or die here for Team Nigma. The SNY and the Diffusal's done for the Jug. It's about to hit level 18. It really does feel like if this next fight doesn't go well for them, Tundra's gonna start just fully taking over the entire map.
And they do get themselves a quitter over on the side of Tundra.
Lena's gonna hurt.
I mean, she's already hurt. Let's be really honest here. But yeah, look at this. They can't defend these towers. They'll go, they'll put up the fortification, but...
She's about to be 20, so Fiery Soul stacks also will be even stronger. And Jug has to be careful now how he spins. If he just spins in a bad position, Knight might just be able to right-click him down himself.
Getting to that point.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
This is excellent play so far for them. Everyone, they're never splitting up. They're never getting caught out of position from this Night Stalker movements at all.
I mean, that's kind of the counter at this point in the game, is just don't be alone.
Look at Miracle. Spider legs into this little spot here in the trees and starts whittling down the tower with Edict. They're trying to do what they can so far, since I think they are feeling that pressure.
Dyer's
They'll find themselves a courier at the very least. It is just Vatas, but
This one.
the big one though over here. Yeah.
W?
How long is he going to be able to just do that? That was a question.
Anytime Skater's there, he won't be able to.
He's just not afraid at all. He's just charging over here at GH. Just have to be a little bit careful. LTW now is here, so he should be able to get himself a nice pick-off kill.
Okay. The one time Fada, I feel like the few times that he has made a mistake this game, but he's been excellent so far.
Yeah.
Like his deaths have been so perfect, the way he's just been revealing the positioning of Team Nigma. Big fan so far.
Leader. Oh my god, the same spot!
Oh my
The
goodness.
same exact same spot.
He is making quite some mistakes this time around. He's getting punished. Also, we see Snaking with the shard picked up that extra little bit of stun when you are in melee range. Scatter Blast.
Miracle is doing everything that he can over here. He realizes, okay, he's dead. We can't fight. We can't do it. We just got to split push. And the Daedalus is now completed for this Lena.
This feels very tough.
Dyer's bottom tower.
This Jug is very out of the game so far here. And he went the earlier game items, and he's not been able to have the successful fights. Tundra gonna start working on high ground, but so is Miracle. Edict does push quite fast. They're gonna have to back up and respond.
Teaming home.
33.
Silence. Nice play here. BKB coming out from mind control. But he does manage to find Miracle over here on the side. Again, the Yules will drop the Terrorize. 9 hunting. No. They start winding up. They didn't fully commit to it yet, but they need to get there fast because Miracle, he's just chipping them. Look at this damage.
Shredded.
Oh my word. Fata chasing after GH now.
Let's get over here.
Gotta navigate the maze here. Oh, no. Not quite.
Whatever, we got a shield. Pop a mango. Pop one of my 5 clarities. This is just really good movements across the map. Tundra also recognizing that they got to be a little careful of these Edict split pushes. Immediately swing back over, start to push back themselves. 33 dragging the wave as well from bottom.
I mean, the easy solution is you just kill Miracle.
Yep.
And that's where he's dead right now. So they'll be pushing out these waves, taking down the vision, which also hurts so bad because I look at him, he just wants to farm.
GH.
Try to catch up. GH here, uses Shadow Realm, has the blink, throws down the brambles. 9's on his way, though.
Nice play there from GH. Dodging the first little shredder hit there with the Shadow Realm so he can get the blink off. Then he Yules a snaking midair.
Oh, 9.
We'll retake that outpost, and 9 might be able to find GH anyway.
No
Nope.
blinks, he blinks.
Does get away. Nice little plays from GH.
Mind control. Awesome. Didn't quite see him there.
But they're having to just avoid. They
Yeah.
cannot fight into Tundra, which is a huge problem. And this Jug continues to get bigger. This Lina continues to get bigger as well. This game is very problematic for them.
They need to be the aggressors over on the side of Nigma, and they're having so much difficulty just finding these engagements. You know, it looked pretty decent earlier on with mind control, you know, starting to make these rotations, but they just started taking really beautiful team fights over in that mid lane. And Peter's here. He sees Miracle. He just wants to erase him again. The Yules will come out, though. Look at 33, trying to get into position. Dark Ascension will get popped.
Gotta catch some of these back heroes, but as we've said, they've got double mute magic
He just walks right in. Mind control, getting the jump over here in silence. They have the dust. Can they follow a couple of these spins? Peter just trying to poke away. They have the BKB. Mind control just hanging here over after snaking. Have to be careful because look at this damage as they chase after him. And I hear a Ravage over on the other side. Followed up with this beautiful Chronos here. They'll take down Kuro, and they're going right back in again. They'll take down Miracle. ILTW, look at these clicks coming out here from 9. He just has to get a little bit closer. 33 is here. They have the Yules. They can set up for the LSA. The cookie up forward. That is a dead Juggernaut.
That honestly feels a game. This has been a relentless play here so far from Tundra. Not letting Nigma get any type of successful fights. ILTW really struggling so much this game.
They're going to end.
6. Yeah, I don't think there's anything Nigma can do versus this at all. These Chronos, absolutely perfect from skiter. Tundra, this was a beautiful game, honestly.
Yeah, you can tell they figured it's pretty much over here. Although they do buy back on the Jug. Mind control trying to jump over onto the back lines, but he's just immediately blown up.
He's just gonna get hit by the Lina.
Yes, look at this. ILTW thought maybe I could spin. Okay, they'll follow up, they'll drop the rock, they try to get off the damage here with these fatal bonds, and they went for the Omni Slash, but it's just not enough damage here because they have the Yules, they have everything they need to counteract this Jug.
And GH gets two-shotted by 9.
Yep.
GG.
GG.
What a play coming out from Tundra. Itemization on point, the way that they constantly just fought these battles, and yeah, skiter, he I think for me is the MVP. Even though he fought to break some smokes, eat some